What's up, everybody? How's it going, sir? It's going pretty good. Got a lot of changes done this weekend. What's up, Darren? Good morning to you. It's evening for me. How you doing? Hey, Darren. Yeah, I'm actually going to be pushing this update soon. This is 1.3.12. I've been focused on this one. I'm trying to get it where I'm happy with it before I release it. There has been a lot of optimization to it. It's a lot cleaner, a lot smoother. I added a few things to it. So I broke it down here. Under your workbench, you have your terminal, director, editor. Under your project, you have your file tree, search browser, your orchestration here, and your intel here. And your intel is great because I can actually look at the project's knowledge graph here and break it down. So here's by domain, this is by layer. So by domain, if I want to see how, for instance, the shell and the bridge works, I double click on this, I can see how it flows here. Um, so I got the Electron shell and the bridge. So for each setup, you got Gemini, OpenCode, Codex, and this is Electron bridge, the shell. So I can break down into Claude and see exactly the code here. Um, and this is each step of the code of what it's doing. And then here's the smoke specs. So if I look at the memory here, I could actually break this down here, the activities. So this will help you understand what your project is doing while you're vibe coding. Same thing with the layers here. So if I go to my crates and go to my source, of course, this is a lot. There's a lot going on in here. And each one uses a separate layer. This is some things I need to clean up. It's not very descriptive right now. So, and like this has 8 nodes in it. You can see it broken down here. Got the audit Rust here. Here's the code for it. Hey, Darren. Yeah, my mic. It could be my mic here. Let me shut off the music here. All right, there you go. Usually when I play my music, it does that. It's weird. There, I'm eating my mic now. So I actually worked on the memory now. That's the other thing. So if I go to memory here, instead of getting the full graph like it used to, it actually breaks it down here. So I can look at reviews, conventions, and then in each one it'll break it down separately. and it'll start compiling the memory together if there's related information. That's what these bigger nodes are for. And you can actually see the knowledge here. Hey Darren, this you don't have the newest update. This is the newest update that I'm have here. I'm going to be releasing this tonight. This is 1.3.12. Um, there's still a lot more that I do want to do. So like here I can look at database. There's nothing really happening in a database, so there's no memory there. API, nothing in there. But the ones that do, like the architecture, I could actually drill down the memory of the architecture, and it has a link to the decisions. Um, and then if I look at the ops history, nothing in there. But the reviews, there's quite a bit, and you can see how each one's linked. And you can break it down. What's the backlinks are, what's outgoing, and then of course you can still look at the files, open them up, and view what's in them. But this is, like I said, it's running so much smoother than what it did. If you weren't here, here's the knowledge graph, and I can break them down and view the code and see here's the function inside of it. This is the file. It's just one function inside there. Let me see here. Let me close out some of these other ones here. So this will give you a full understanding of what your architecture is doing. Here's my speech to text, which I eventually did remove this. This is actually code that I need to clean up. There shouldn't be anything in here. But this is on my side. This isn't what you guys are going to run into. So the ops board works a lot better now. I can actually, let's go to, if I open up terminals here, and I got some of it cut off here. I can actually scroll through it. I can see what's pending. I could actually come in here and create my own cards now, choose the color, the urgency. I can attach files, images, and then the director will assign it. Yep, no, that'll be great if you have all of those repos, you're trying to combine them all together. And this will actually help you with that, understanding the knowledge tree here. I have a diagnostics, so you can actually see what's happening with the Plyrium Forge, if it's running slow, or it'll get your frames per second, the samples. It'll just tell you what's happening. The other thing is, you see here, these are your default providers. You can change. You could enable globally of which one you want to set, or you could do it individually. So, and of course, these are now working as they should. Let's see. I have this differential overlay here. This is it's a graph overlay. I don't have nothing showing there right now. Of course, you saw the topology. So this is all your Intel stuff here. This is your orchestration. You could actually drill down the skills like before and view what each one's like. They're all the same except for this one here. A little bit different. That's for the rest. But yeah, I don't know why it's trying to separate it for each one. I need to clean that up as well. So it's not 100% there, but I'm definitely going to be releasing this to you guys tonight. What's up, Miguel? How's our clients? Going pretty good so far. Haven't really got any new subscribers yet. That's another focus I'm going to be working on this week. Here you can pause all agents if they're in the middle of working. You could actually send an all stop, and it'll actually try to execute that command if they're in the middle of doing work. So if you want to pause whatever they're doing, you can. Uh, so you haven't done much to the browser. That's going to be another task I'm going to be working on to get a cleaner working browser for you guys. I did work with the optimization. We're getting a lot better optimization than we were before, and it's getting giving you a lot cleaner data. So I'm already marketing the HVAC site. I'm going to dial up my campaigns and right now I'm just doing reach, and I'm going to start focusing on sales coming up to the next month. So right now I'm focusing on my reach to get the site out there and drawing in traffic that way. And then I'm going to fine tune that to my actual sales. It's a process when it comes to campaigning, and I'm not an expert on it, but I'm learning as I go. All right. But right now, I believe we do have a couple cards in here. This one I actually already did, so I am going to move that to completed, and this is done. Move those to completed. Okay, so we're clean slate now. That's good. Okay. I should only make it where you can only click it on up there. It seems like anywhere in that bar I click, it opens up. I'm not familiar with them. And honestly, if there's AI that could do marketing for you, then I'd build it myself. I wouldn't be paying for mine. I'll just build it myself and have and build a tool that does it. So, but I'm not sure how well they're going to do on marketing. But that's something I should look into just to see. So let's go ahead and make a new card here. What do I want to focus on today? I did quite a bit already today. Actually, I want to get this released to you guys. That's what I need to do. So for me to do that, how I do that, I actually use Claude Desktop for this. And then, okay, I just got the newest build done for Plyrium Forge. I need you to package it and release it live. I'm going to need the Windows, the Linux, and the Mac install ready to go. Look at your file. I believe you have to delete the old Mac install just to be able to run it and get to compile it, because we only have the zero 0.5 gigabyte space in there. But be in mind, make sure it gets all done. Update the website. Run the script, your pre-built script that does it all for you. Let's get this out to you guys. What's your vibe coding question? I'm sorry. Let me see here. I mean to ask, I'm almost done vibe coding a consumer app. What would you recommend to do before I launch to the App Store and Play Store? Should I just find a freelance engineer to audit my work? It's always good to have your work, to have someone audit your work if you can. But if you feel like it is good and you crush out all the game-breaking bugs, like you're never going to find every single bug. You're not going to until you have around like 1,000 users. They'll find them for you. But if there's known issues that you already know, or if there's already bugs, I would try getting those squashed before you release it, or bring them down to a very minimum where it's still usable. And when you get to a solid state, because that your first impression is going to be everything, and if you send it out buggy, that's going to leave a lot of bad reviews, and it's real easy to leave reviews on the App Store and stuff. And most people leave bad reviews way before good reviews. So you want to make sure it's good. Dealing with the App Store, any whether it's Android or Apple, It's a real competitive market, and people do voice their opinions on those. So just be mindful when you send it out. And if you can get a freelancer to audit your work, I would do it. It wouldn't it, if you can get it done. So he's going to get this update to you guys. A couple of changes I made to the website, so you guys are aware. Um, this plan here, I was giving out a bunch of free copies, once every 24 to 48 hours. Um, and it was a promotion for you guys for helping me out. And I went ahead and ended that promotion. I let it run for a couple weeks. Um, and every time it popped up, someone claimed it. And there's been a lot of people that claimed it, which is good. That's awesome. So I just can't be giving the product away for free to everybody. If I could, I would, but I can't be doing that. The other thing is this needs to be updated here to 3 plans, down to 2 plans. I am no longer going to be giving away the solo tier. The ones who currently have the solo tier will continue to be able to use the solo tier. And any of the new updates, you'll continue to be able to use the new updates. So, and there's about 100 of you that have it right now. And so I'm no longer giving that away for free either. So right now, it's if you want it, it's the studio for $19 a month or Teen for $59 a month. And it's still a great deal, especially with the token efficiency and the constant updates I'm providing for you guys. Now it's getting too quiet. Let me go and turn on some music, but when somebody has questions, I'll turn it off. Go ahead and update the website. Right here it says 3 plans. We only have 2 now. Make sure that only 2 plans show everywhere. The solo tier is no longer available. Get that done. So I built a automated script to push this out, but I have 3 different builds that are happening. I have the Windows, which is the easiest, that gets built the fastest. Then I have the Linux and the Mac, which, believe it or not, they actually get built on the GitHub side. It's really cool. I'll show that to you guys here. You don't even have to have a Mac to build Mac OS. I found out. So if I come to, let me find it here. So if I go to the homebrew here, this is for the Mac. It's on the Mac, And inside here, there is actions that it does, um, like a workflow that'll actually build. I don't think it's underneath there actually. It just might be under here, actions. Yeah, so okay, this is where it happens at right here. And it'll actually create the Linux and the Mac through my workflow here. And I have a release for the Mac and for the Linux. And inside here, it'll actually build it, it'll test it, and it'll make sure everything's good. And here's the workflow file. This is what it does. Everybody's interested. So I thought that was actually really neat that we could do that. Does it actually shit? Not yet. Let's work on it. Okay. Yeah, it looks like I got an error on the deployment in Vercel. Bring it up here. Sometimes you get some problems trying to build it out. I don't know if you guys use Vercel or not. I love it. I like it. This links to my GitHub, so I push it to GitHub first, and then inside of GitHub, it'll link to my Vercel, and it'll pull in the next branch or the updates. And this one right here failed 3 minutes ago. That's what he's checking right now. I would have streamed earlier, but I wanted to get. I had a lot of things I had to do this morning for work, but I wanted to get a lot of my project done. I was real focused to get this update out to you guys. There's been a lot of changes, a lot of nice quality of life changes. Make an announcement here that I'm live. Have not done that yet. Did you at least fix it? Yeah, there we go. Okay. So updates out. Oh, that's fixed. That's fixed. All right. So we're good. So there's the releases coming out right now. I almost released it at 1.30, but I caught some bugs in it before I was able to release it, so I stopped it and I fixed those current bugs. So that's why it's 1.3.12. But there's been quite a bit of changes to it. A lot of good changes. So Miguel, it's being persistent and believing in your own product. And it's if you build something that you believe in, that you would use yourself, and you believe that it'll solve a problem, people will buy it. People will find their way to it. You just have to let people know it exists. That's where the marketing comes in. So it's okay to be optimistic. Now, are you going to make millions on it? That I don't know. I can't answer that. Am I going to make millions of mine? I don't know. I can't answer that. But if you build a product that people like and they follow you for it, or you're doing something that solves a good problem that's really not solved yet, or there's not really a good solution for it yet, then you're going to have a really good product. And you shouldn't worry about that. So it looks like the Mac failed. Looks like that the Mac failed in the build process, and it Git. Let him figure that out. And then again, you got those people that are already they have the money for marketing and they could just blast it out everywhere. So it doesn't matter what they build, as long as they got the reach, it'll sell. Like there was a salesman. I forgot exactly what he said. Hey, Ruda, or where I heard it from, but it was on the lines of, and I'm paraphrasing here, but you can sell anything to anybody, and in fact, if you have enough marketing and enough reach, it doesn't matter what you're selling. It could be the worst thing in the world. You're still going to have buyers for it, and you're still going to make money on it. Like I said, I'm paraphrasing. I don't know exactly word for word how it was said, but that's essentially what he was saying. But if you have a product you really believe in and you know it's good, as long as you got the reach or the know-how how to get that reach, then you'll sell it. Like me, I'm focusing on my product because I use it and I believe in it, and it's something I'm going to use every day. So if I find an issue with it that I'm troubled with, I'm going to fix it. If it's not I don't want to release a product that I'm not going to use. It's like that CEO at Burger or McDonald's where he gagged down the one bite of a hamburger that he sells. It's like he doesn't even believe in his own product. And look what it did to him and all the memes out there because of it. But they're already rich, so it doesn't matter. They already have the money for the marketing, so it doesn't matter. People are still going to buy it. And that's the point that salesman was getting at. Hey Ruta, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. I'm trying to get the new release out to you guys. It's yeah, I failed on all of these here. So he's working on it. We're trying to get the new release out. There's been a lot of changes I made, a lot of good changes. So using Sunet, I'm not familiar with that. Let me see. Let me look it up here. Actually, is it Sunet AI? Oh, oh my gosh, Sonet. Yes, 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 yes. I know what you're talking about. I use Sonet, but right now I'm using Opus 4.7 right here. Um, but on my app, I switch between Codex and also Opus. So I use Codex and Claude. Yeah, I got it. It was a typo on your end, but I misunderstood it. I should have caught that. That was my fault. But yeah, I love Sonnet. It's a lot cheaper model to use, and it's still really good. 4.6 model, and I also still use the Opus 4.6 a lot of times. It has better reasoning to security than Opus 4.7 does. So it's going to rerun these. Let's see where they're at. Okay, they're rerunning right now. I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning. Actually, before that, it was 3 o'clock this morning. So, what are you working on, Rita? What are you building? And I'm going to step away just for a minute, guys. I'll be right back. I'm going to play a little bit of music here while I step away. I'll be right back. What does PMO stand for? Project Management Office. See where we're at with our builds here. Okay, Mac's released, Linux is released, but still filled on. Okay. So your project tracking, um, is it for software development? That's awesome. And you're vibe coding it, or you're actually writing it? Okay. Yeah, I don't know anything about banking reform. That show's done there. I'm not sure if this is going to be the newest version or not. Those are good. That's good. That's good. Do you feel like you're using too much of your limit when you're on pro? Like how many? Well, it depends on how much you use. How many hours a day do you vibe code? How many agents do you vibe code with? And right now you said you're using Sonnet, which is good because that'll reduce it quite a bit. And if you're still able to stretch out your weekly limit, then I wouldn't update. I would keep it where it's at. If you feel comfortable um, still vibe coding throughout the whole week on all the hours you normally do, and still be able to end the week with the brand new limits reset. But if you feel like you're on the edge, like you have a day left, then you got to ask yourself, is it worth spending that extra $100 or however much it is to get that extra day? If it's in the middle of the week, like you only get 2 or 3 days out of it, then yes, I would say it's worth it. Get the next update. But if it's just a day left, you could probably reduce some of your time or get a something that helps with token efficiency, and that'll reduce your time for you. There's other tools out there that'll do that for you. I've heard people keep mentioning Caveman is another one out there that may help you reduce your token efficiency. So you did? Let me take a look here. Is this for the newest one? For the newest update? Yeah, I seen that bug before. I know exactly what causes that. So your old when you update it and you're running cached terminals that were already there before, it throws that error. Let me actually see if I can fix that. Let me get this to get finished here. So I got one more to go here. Okay, so everything's updated. The website's updated. We're running on 1.3.12, correct? Uh, Take a look at this for a user of mine who ran into this bug. I think he gets this right after updating it, and this is like the terminals that are preloaded in. So he's getting this. I think it's like pre-cached issues. Do you have a solution for him? See if I can solve this for you. Hey, Rita, you're welcome. So we're gonna get that looked at for you. I'm gonna try getting you an immediate solution here. So it looks like the newest update's good. So if you guys want to download it now, yeah, Ruda, to save on your some of your tokens, people keep saying something about Caveman, Caveman MD. I think this is it, Caveman Claude. You get on GitHub, it's free to use. Um, this is supposed to help reduce your tokens using this. I've never used it. I don't know too much about it, but it says it cuts about 65-75% of output tokens. So this may be something you want to use. And it's using, it's all skill based. It's all based on these skills. Um, where would the, yeah, here they are. So he has something in the skills here that helps reduce it. But I would recommend something like that before you upgrade and see if that helps. You know, if you don't have to spend the extra money, I wouldn't recommend it unless you feel like it's a necessary need for what you're doing. Hey, not a problem. I'm more than happy to share anything that my users discover or that I discover. That's what I'm trying to make this. My channel is not all about my tool here and me trying to sell my tool. What I really want to build is a community around AI and vibe coding for any and all that's out there. Um, I'm not telling you to use my tool. I want everyone in my community to share their knowledge and their skills where we can all become better vibe coders. That's actually my number one goal. So it's saying it's caused by our by the tool here. Let's see if I get it too. I'm curious. Now with my tool, with Claude, I could get up to 99% token efficiency, and that's about where I've been ranging at. In fact, let me clear it here. I do things, and I haven't even used Caveman. I bet if I included that in here as well, oh man, it would just be killer. Hey, Fearless, how you doing? I just released the newest update. And I actually, let me show you guys. Let me give you a walkthrough of everything I've done so far. I've improved the more token efficiency and cleaned up the where it was doing a double calculation. So all that's cleaned up. I moved some easier access, my file tree and my editor over here, my ops board. Um, there's the editor. So I moved that over here as well to make it a little easier. Let me close these out. The ops board, you could actually pan through it like this. You can actually click now and create a new card. You could choose the urgency, the priority. You could give it a color. You could attach any items to it, images, and it'll create a brand new card that you could make. The other thing I have is I separated in here. I got a workbench. So this is like your terminals, director, and editor. You got your projects, which is your file tree, which the editor needs to go under project. It should not be under work tree. Your browser, and your orchestration, and your intel. So I have a diagnosis here, which it'll actually give you diagnostics of everything inside the tool itself. I actually have a domain graph and a knowledge graph now of your actual project you're working on. And what this will do, you can actually look at parts of your project. Let's just say, I'm building my native Rust. This is my UI shell here. So I can double click on this and drill down to it. Here's my cargo TOML file, my palette RS. I can actually open that up and see the palette here. Without having to go through the files, I can actually drill down part of, like this is a connection to this. This is a connection to my main RS. And I can open that up. So you can actually have a full understanding of what your project's doing. If I want to look at the rendering workbench UI here, I can see what's actually happening. Here's my renderer workbench. That's my domain. This is the flow. And then each one of these is a step. So this is the main domain. This is the flow of it. And then here's the TypeScript. And inside there is part of the workbench. So you got the app, which is also it's part of like my smoke test that I do. Here's my activity console, and whatever project you're working on, it'll actually make this for you for your project. It'll create these trees for you, and that's the domain graph. The knowledge graph is a little bit different. So you can break it down per part of your program if if you have multiple frameworks in it. And so like I have my core, my Intel. So we can look at the Intel here, and I have my source, my test. So I'm gonna look at the source. It's a little bit messy here, which I am gonna clean this up. And it's not very descriptive, which it needs to be. But I can see like this has 8 nodes in it. And inside here, I can see exactly what this actual class is doing. I can see the files, the functions. So here's a default config function, and it'll take me right to the function right here. If I need to look at the symbol, it's still the same file. This is all inside the same file here. It just breaks it down like this particular class inside this file has these functions. So that's how this works. The knowledge graph. So if I want to look for a particular function inside of my config file here for my Electron Vite, here's my package file, here's my rendering cat file. And then let's see what else. Difference overlay. There's nothing to show there for that I can show off yet. Of course, you got your review, which is your work tree, agent activity, so you can see what your agents are up to. You can now clear it if for any stale states. And right now, these are all 5 that are reporting. And here is what they're reporting on and how many minutes ago they reported it. Let's see. The memory is a lot cleaner. And inside the memory, instead of having that big funky looking graph, I actually broke it down where now I can come in here and go to like my decisions. And I can actually see the links between the reviews, decisions, and the conventions here. Like this is part of the convention. Here's reviews, here's the decision. You can still look at the files if you want under the convention here. Open that up. And also, I did a lot of optimization. It's so much faster, so much smoother than the old ones. It just loads so much faster. Let's approve the cleanup. I added Grok, so you can have Grok in here now as another CLI if anybody uses Grok. What else did I add? I just did a bunch of work on it over the weekend. So, and the new release is out right now. There is a little bug that one of our users showed me, and I'm getting that fixed. That's what's being currently worked on right now. So let me exit this and let him work on it. So, yeah, I did quite a bit. There's a lot more polishing needs to happen, which I'm going to be doing that next. But I'm getting it to the state where it's a full functioning app where everything you need is in one. And I was just showing one of our viewers here, Caveman, because he uses Sonnet, and I told him, for right now, for token efficiency without using my tool, this is the next best thing you can use. I know a lot of you mentioned it to me. I don't use it, never have, but it depends on the license here. I may incorporate it into Plyrium Forge. But of course, it depends on if I'm allowed to or not. And they're using the MIT license, so I am. I can use it for commercial use, private use, distribution, and modification. So I may actually incorporate this as well into it, so you can get even better token optimization on top of the tools that I already provide you. So I think that's going to help quite a bit. That's probably going to be my next update. So what I'm trying to do is gather a bunch of these tools and build it into one app for you guys. So everything you need and use is right there in your app. Of course, you guys can go and get these yourself if you want. The other thing I did, I'm not giving away no more free plans here. This was a promotion, ran it for 2 weeks. There's quite a bit of people who was able to grab it. Every time it popped up, it was gone the moment it came up. The other thing I did was I don't have the solo tier no more, the free tier. I went ahead and removed that. However, I already have 100 people that already have the solo tier, and they could continue using the solo tier and also get the updates. So I'm not taking that away from them. They could hang on to that forever, and they can update if they choose to update after that. So there's that. That was also changed. Haven't done much of this. I did get a couple more clients, which I need to update my ARS, or ARS, my ARR on here. I haven't done that yet. So I've just been busy behind the scenes for you guys, making sure everything is going good. There's one other thing. Let's go ahead and add this in there too. To increase the token optimization, let's go ahead and include this in our skills and Plyrium Forge and replace our skills with this knowledge and this ability. This is supposed to help reduce the token efficiency as well using these skills. It's an MIT license. We can go ahead and use it in our project and give people the option whether they want to use it or not. But I do want it built into Plyrium Forge, and I think it'll help out our users. No. Thank you, Fearless. I think so too. Ash, it already is. It's already available for Mac. I've already done that. If you come to the downloads, I got a homebrew here where you can download the zip. Now there is certain instructions here because I don't have the Apple SDK license right now. I'm still working on that. There's a review process, but right now you can download it. You just have to unassign, run one terminal command after extracting. So this terminal command here. Or if you don't want to do that, you could just use the brew install and it'll run for you. So it is available for Mac right now, and I do have the checksum if you want to verify it. And right now, I'm going to be adding. I was showing one of my users this caveman here. I think it's a great thing if you guys want to use this standalone for token optimization. And they say it'll save up to. Let me go back to the README here. It cuts up to 75% is what they say. I'll be right back. And I'm back. Yeah, the free tier only lasted, I only did it for a couple weeks, and then I went ahead and removed it. I mean, I'd love to give it to you guys for free all the time, but I have been putting a lot of my time into it, and I do believe it has a value. So the people who did get it, congratulations on getting it. They'll get it for life. So that's done. That's still being worked on. This needs to be updated here as well. Seems just needs a lot of updates. Yeah, also what I found out, check this out. So you don't have to have a Mac OS to build it for a Mac and release it. Inside of GitHub, it actually does it for you running an action. It'll test it, run it, make sure everything's good before it'll release it right here inside of GitHub. So this is where I've been building my Mac release. Hey, Barcode. I am actually building Plyrium Forge. This is this tool right here. Go and sign in. And it's an agentic development environment where you can run multiple agents and orchestration, but it's a little bit different than a lot of the orchestration tools that are out there. One thing is I don't have to command each one of these terminals on different projects. Each one has a special role that I can assign or pick or choose. So right now I have 3 coders, 1 quality assurance, 1 auditor. Here's my director. I just manage the director, and tell the director what I need done, how to do it, and the director communicates to each agent. This is his team. I can create multiple teams. I can choose from a template here, and then I can choose the type of product I'm working on. Here's an AI tooling, or if I need knowledge retrieval, it'll actually build the team for me. Or you can build a custom team. We'll try VPN to sign in. So you're not geo-locked on forge.plyrium.com. If you come here, it's not geo-locked. It is only geo-locked if you go to this. This isn't part of that. This is a different project. So Plyrium.com is different than forge.plyrium. So you shouldn't be geo-locked. So I'm going to let them go. These guys are going to do their thing. I can actually look at the topology. This is the team that's being worked on right now. And this is the communication. So coder 3 and now coder 2 sending communication to the director. I can actually see, here's their memory, the volt. And there's also, I have token efficiency built into it. I can look through here to see what their memory is doing. So each one of these will write and read to their own memory. Here's the backlinks, the outgoing links. I can open it to see exactly what the memory is. Let's see here. Look at the depth. And then here's the research. So if I look at phase 3 on, there we go. So these are research that I had it do, and this is the date that it researched it on. So this was 2 days ago, and this is the memory based on the research. So when I have a researcher out, and I'll show that to you here. So if I have um, let me go and open up a new one here, and I'm going to make a researcher. Why is it capped again? All right, this is broken. Give me a second here. Okay, I'm on the Teams tier. Any of the Teams or the Studio tiers do not get locked on the amount of agents they have. I need this removed. This has been an issue for a while now. I should be able to spawn as many agents as I want. Make this a priority. Let's go and steer that in there. So yeah, well anyways, let me change this guy to a researcher then. There we go. So now I got a researcher. And you can change your role on the fly. And I could actually change the AI one. You can use Grok, uh, Gargixley, Kimi, OpenClaw, Gemini, Codex, or Claude. And and you can change it for each one of these. So especially when you create like a custom team, a regular team, you could change them here as well. When you create your team. This is the director. And you don't have to have these terminals up. They run in the background. So I could just close the actual terminal or open it. They just run in the background. And if you need to access the director terminal, there's a little button here. You can actually access the director terminal here. You can bring them back. If you need to focus on a certain one, you can definitely do that as well. If you need to group them together, like I want my researcher up here on top, I could do that. And my coder's down to bottom. No, Ash. When you sign up to here, let me go to dashboard here. Let me sign out. So if you sign in, create a new account, it keeps it on forge.plyrium.com. So it doesn't take you to the plyrium.com. I really built a replit cursor anti-gravity competitor, which can use custom AI outside of plans. Yeah. Well, you have to bring your own AI. I don't bring that for you. So whatever AI you're using, you have to bring your own AI. This is just their harness, their tool to work together. And you could have more than one type of AI. Like if I wanted him to be Codex, I can. I'm going to switch him. So I have one Codex, the rest are Claude, and the director can communicate with every single one of them. His roster will get updated. It'll know exactly what we have going on. It's very easy. In fact, I actually did a demo here. It was a test project that I did to build a simple website from scratch, opening tool up. So honestly, this is what you do. When you come in here, you select the project you want. So here's my demo, and you select a folder, and it'll open it up. So let me go ahead and remove this, and I'm going to go ahead and select my demo, and that's going to be my project. And then you're going to be welcomed with these two, the terminal and director. Let's go and close those out. We're going to go ahead and, so this team is for this. This is my web app team. So let me close that out because that was already in a demo. Okay, so you're going to be starting off here with no team. So you come up here and you click on team and you choose the type of team you want. So I'm going to click a template team here and I'm going to build a website. Let's do a content SOE type website. It's going to build this team for me. So I'm going to hit next and launch. And it's going to build that team out. I forgot to choose what agent I wanted, but it's okay. Yeah, you could do that. You could actually name it whatever you want as well. And you just hit launch, and it'll actually automatically put the team. So here's my QA automation, my web accessibility, React front end, my analytics, my writer, and my SOE content. And they will get injected with those particular skills. So these are specialized agents now. And then I have my director here. So let these guys catch up with they're learning who they are, what they're doing, and their goal. So let them catch up for a minute. And then after that, all you have to do is just talk to the director like you would a regular AI. And you tell them what you want to build, how you want to build it. Then the director will assign task to each one of its agents. And from there, if you look at so I clicked up here is the menu tree. And I'm going to click on ops board here. Or, oops, that was from me clicking on here, the token efficiency, that comes up. Or you could come over here and you could open the ops board from here as well, like this is another way. And then let's go ahead and close out the terminal because you really don't need those. They're just there if you want to look at it. Now, you have an ops board here. So any task you give the director, he'll create a card here, and then he'll assign an agent to that card, and the agent will pick it up and move it to in progress and start working on it. And when he's done, he'll move it to testing. And you have the quality assurance and the review guys will go and test it to make sure it's working. If everything's good, they'll move it to completed. If it needs more work, they'll put it back either in progress or to do and let the director know, hey, there needs to be more work. We put it back in to do. And that way, if there's a free coder, the next coder can pick it up and continue working on it. And it'll continue that process until it gets completed. So here's some skills, some examples of what it did here. So here's the all the information that each agent put into it, what they did with it. So, and you could also look at the topology here to see what your agents are doing instead of looking at the actual terminals. So right now I'm just showing this as a demo. Go ahead and stand down, stand all your agents down. Oh, wait. I'm just showing this as a demo. Go ahead and stand down all your agents. There we go. Sign up button in the Forge app loads Plyrium sign up, which is why I get the geolock sign in, and I'm able to connect to the sign up plan. Okay, good. I had signed up for free tier before Mac was available, so I got it. We'll upgrade after setting up things. Yeah, definitely try it out. If you already got the free tier, you're good. How easy? Okay, I already answered that. So right now you can see he's broadcasting out to every single agent, and we can look at that here. Every agent got a broadcast out to stand down, and that's what every single one of them acknowledge, and they're standing down. All right. So let's go ahead and bring this here so you guys can see it better. And send a broadcast out to your team to review the demo's code and get a full understanding of what's going on and take a look at the UX and the UI. So I'm just going to command just the director. And I want him to send a broadcast out, which he'll go ahead and put them all to work. So Nailby, I hope that answered some of your questions. It is, it can look intimidating, but it's really not. You can actually position this in any way you want for the flow you like. So it can be as easy or as complicated as you want it to be. The only person that you really need to worry about is your director. This is one that'll send and receive information to you. And also the ops board here, which let me bring that over here. Oops, not up there. Put it here. So, and I have the director and export here now. And this will show you what's happening with your actual current project. Um, and right now he's sending out signals to every single one of them. And they're all looking and reviewing the entire code base like I asked them to. So this is not going to generate a card. Right now they're just doing discovery. And I can actually look at my file project here. If I go up here and go to file tree, and I can see this is my Git work trees, but I can actually see the HTML page that I created here, the scripts that it's using, and the style, because it was just a simple web demo. So go ahead and launch the web app. I want to view it right now. I'll show you what it built. I'll be able to launch it faster than he can. Here we go. So this is what it built. It was just a simple demo showing like a little design that it threw together for me. So, it's got processes, capabilities, contacts. You could choose light mode, dark mode. It's just a simple test that I demonstrated to show off how the tool works. And that's what's going on there. So to be able to see the usage, the only thing I can capture is the tokens. I don't have a way. Right here is your tokens that it's able to capture. I don't have a way to actually see your usage. I don't have access to your account to be able to view that. This tool doesn't have access to your account to be able to do that. You'll have to, it'll either pop up or you'll have to manually go in and check it through a tool or through their app, right? That's the only way you're able to see it. This data, this information here is between the CLI or desktop and the LLM. They didn't provide an API for this for me to be able to pull that. So even though you're logged in and it's using your agents, I don't have a way to extract that. I could only see, because I'm able to see all the input and output of all the tokens. That's the only thing I can capture. Trust me, if there's a way to be able to view it, I could. But what I did do, so here's the sessions usage for each agent out there, and uh, which one's using how many tokens, and the amount. So, and the first one up here is your director, most likely. That's the one that is usually on top. So out of the 2.8 millions that I would have originally sent, I only sent 443,000 total tokens at a 65% saving rate. So let's go ahead and exit all this. Let's close out that team. This takes a minute to stop them all, to shut them down. So each one is a backend terminal running. So it's got to go through and close them all down. And then we're going to come out to Plyrium, which is still running and still doing their thing. So I didn't lose any traction with this as I switched over to another project. So the free version, you can only have one project. You can't have multiple. And you don't get the token efficiency with the free version. So the CLI handles that on their own, like the Anthropic Claude, they have their compact. Codex has their compact, but it depends on the CLI. So if I'm using open code, for example, they have their own version of their compact as well. And what it does, it'll try compacting everything, or you can just hit /clear to prevent that, and that'll help remove that. But what I do differently, and this helps to stop hallucinations, is the whole memory system. Because everything they do, all their decisions they make, um, are all based on what I tell them and the directions I give them. And that's either going to be a card in the ops board here. It's going to be in here. So one of these. Um, they have access to all of this at all times, so they will never lose context based on that. The other thing is the memory. They're constantly reading and writing to the memory anytime they do an action, and they have to do that so they can maintain their coherency and understanding what's going on without losing their or without hallucinating. So that helps reduce the hallucinations a lot. So, and I have not had any issues with hallucinations running my project here. And since you are using Mac, I have not tested it on Mac. Please let me know how it works, how it runs, and if there's anything I need to do to change anything on there. So technically, you're my little guinea pig for Mac. And if you do have any bugs, if you're on my Discord, um, definitely update the bugs on there as well. Look into this issue as well. See what's going on here. Let me close it out because I'm actually trying to. There's a couple issues that some of my users are seeing, so I'm trying to get those built real fast and get that newest version out to you guys. Because I did not mean to release any bugs, which I think I did. So yep. Here, I'll give you the link to join Discord here. Set this up real fast. Yeah, join the Discord, and I have a bug section in there called Bug Reports under Plyrium Forge, and you could actually post your bugs there. Send screenshots or whatever you did to produce that bug, and I'll get it fixed for you as soon as I can. Yeah, I have built-in scripts for doing diagnostics and security into my tool, and I have tools that will actually go in and do smoke tests for me. Um, so I have a much smoother launch or release, but sometimes things do slip through. It's not perfect, but I'm also fine tuning that as well. Put some music on here for you guys, and I'll be right back. Yeah, it's one of the bugs that the one you just posted under the bugs there for the Mac. That's one of the bugs that I need to fix. Also, I noticed. Let me show you here. So up here is where the max, close, minimize, and maximize buttons are. Windows is over here, of course, but I didn't leave you no room. All this has to be shifted over. So that's also another visual bug I'm gonna have to fix. So that's this particular bug here, the pan failed. That's actually what I'm working on as we speak here. Let me shut off the music here. That way my voice isn't all scratchy. So Ash, that's thank you for sharing this. I'll get this working for you. Especially that right there. Ooh, let's see. Yeah, so that's this particular bug here. Is same thing you're seeing, and he's already got that fixed. This is another bug that I caught that he's fixed. He already fixed. This particular bug is what he's currently working on right now. And then after that, I'm going to build this and release this newest one for you guys. So you guys are too quiet today. Go lay down. Hey, thank you, Ash. Yeah, so the Mac release, that's new, and you're the first person who gave me feedback on it, and I really appreciate that. So we'll definitely get those fixed for you. Hey, Fearless, I figured, okay, if anybody's doing any vibe coding, like serious vibe coding right now, it's got to be you, Fearless. That's probably why you're being quiet. All right. Okay, I just went ahead and fixed some bugs that I caught, and go ahead and package up the new release, and let's get that. I want to test it first, so don't release it out on the website yet. Just build it so I can test it, and then we'll go from there. That's right. You went to Vibe Game Developing. That's true. Using Unreal Engine. That's still amazing. Now, is Plyrium Forge playing a role in that at all, or do they have their own built-in agentic development environment? Hey, yeah, yeah, you have a good one, bud. I'll get these. I'll get this new release out to you today, so keep an eye on it, and then you'll be able to update it, and hopefully those bugs will go away. So appreciate you sticking around. And I'll probably not live stream very long today, guys. Usually Tuesdays are slower for me on live streaming. Hey, Fearless, when you are ready to share it or show off some of your work, I would love to see it. Even if you don't want it on live stream, if you want it like if it's just my eyes only type thing, I would still love to see it. I love game developing. In fact, Game Maker just came out with their newest version, Game Maker 3, I think. Let's see here. Is it 3 or is it 3D? I know that they just came out with their newest version. Yeah, here we go. For 2026, LTS 2026. This is the one here. New features. So it's going to include Nintendo Switch 2 support, GX games, new IDE features, which I don't know if anybody's actually used Game Maker. I have. It's a powerful tool. I loved developing in it. It's great for 2D games, but it's not a free game engine. However, they don't charge you a percentage for your game sales. It's just you just buy the game engine and you can start using it. So I do like that aspect of it. That's some of the hardest parts there. The functioning save system and the inventory system is some of the harder core mechanics in it. So if you already got that done, you're already way ahead of the game there. Well, not you. Let's see where we're at. Okay, so it built it. Wait, where'd you put it? Why would you put it there? What are you doing? Yeah, never build it and put it into the target root folder. That's like the worst place for it. All my main builds go here. Correction, they go here. That can't be that bad, is it? Let me see here. So here's their widgets blueprint. And I believe you would use the widgets. So you got the menu bar, toolbar, editor, palette. Is this what are you using our widget toolbar? It looks like you could even create widgets, your own widgets. So you got your custom, your HUD, wrap with size box. So here's your blueprint function for your button, the action in a button, the event triggered when button's pressed, the texture, button style. Man, this looks Looks like homework. You're going to be in this for the long haul, aren't you? So the whole tutorial, well, here's a video. That looks like crap. I hope they have a better design than that. Come on, spell gradient correctly. There you go. You got gradient spelled correctly. That's funny. And that's on their main site. You misspelled gradient like 3 times. That's hilarious. Yeah, you're in for a long haul, man. That looks does not look fun. Yeah, the visual design, I am not good at any visual design. I am not an artist at all. I will use AI slop proudly because I cannot design myself. And right now, Codex has been really good at AI design. So make me a prompt that I can use to design the perfect UI for an inventory system in a crafting style game for survival. The style I'm looking for is like a steampunk edition. See, let's see how this looks. What's up, Gracha? Viewer from Brazil. Nice. That's some outreach right there. Okay, and then I'm gonna prompt him with the prompt he just made. I want to see what this looks like. This is I'm serious, man. I cannot do any art at all. My daughter, she's the artist. I can't do it, and I lost my drink. But anyways, she's the artist. I can't do it. I can't do any art at all. Hell, I tried following Bob Ross once and doing his design, and he kept saying mistakes are happy mistakes. You're supposed to make them happen. But my waterfall did not look like a waterfall. I was so done. But yeah, so I'm proudly gonna admit that I will use AI slop because I cannot design. Yeah, send them on Discord. You could either DM me if you want, unless you want other people to see it. But yeah, I would love to see it. See where you're at. Okay, did you finally build it? Yeah, looks like you did. Okay, let's see how bad it's broken now. Let that load. And let's see how good this looks. Oh, it's still doing it. So how's the weather in Brazil right now? I know it gets humid down there. I've always wanted to go to South America. Such a beautiful country down there. Ah, here we go. There's my steampunk UI design. Thirst, hunger, health, stamina, temperature. See, this is already way better than I can make. And then what I'll do, I'll modulate every single one of these. I'll break them all down into pieces. And yeah, I love this UI here. See, this is so much better than I could do. I would never even think about something like that. Okay, I want to check it out here. See, dude, what you just showed me there is like 1,000 times better than what their demo was on their site. Yeah, that looks so clean. It looks so good. So there's your save game. Okay. Load game. You got that functioning. Your controls. So your options and your mapping out your controls there. Got your resume, save, load, settings, exit, main menu. That's cool. Yeah, that is so much better. Yeah, we're just looking at the tutorial from Unreal, and that was probably one of the worst tutorials I've seen on how it's like a video tutorial. And it just looked awful. His UI. Yours is so clean. You need to make a tutorial for them so they can upload that yours instead because yours is so much better. This is actually pretty cool. I like this UI. I couldn't make that. Nope. All right. So this looks good. I wonder if I'm using Caveman now. So this is where you can enable compact agent replies. So drop filter and helping while keeping full sentences, full or ultra. So this is, instead of using Caveman, it's going to be based on this right here. So right here, the Julius Business MIT license Caveman prompt. So now if you guys go to your settings, you can actually choose the type of prompt and how much of your prompt is going to be compact in the skills, and to save you extra tokens and stuff. So you can do it light, full, or ultra. And safety warning say exact error strings, code path, command. So this is the prompt patterns. So that's built into it. So that's not. So we're going to have token efficiency on the skills, and we're going to have token efficiency tools that are in there. Or I mean, it's already there. So let's see how well that is going to do here. So we're going to enable that. I want to do full. I shouldn't have to save this. Should be saved right there. And I'm going to see if that changes it at all. See if I could get this increased. The mini system gets key binds from mapping and lists them all, so I don't have hard code the values. So that's awesome. Now, for your keys, the location, do you have like a INT file, a JSON file that they're stored in for the key mapping? So your hard code can pull the values from there. Um, how are you storing them, if you don't mind me asking? All right, let me get this released out to you guys here. Okay, that looks good. Let's go ahead and build this and get this released out on Plyrium Forge or forge.plyrium.com. And make sure we clean up the GitHub first so we can build these packages and do the Linux, Mac, and the Windows release. There we go. So you're from Sao Paulo, right? Am I saying that right? Sao Paulo? Let's see where that's at. I am not familiar where that's at. I, I bet it's in Brazil. Let's see, Google Map. Oh, you're on this side of Brazil. Okay, man. Look how close you are to the ocean. This beautiful ocean down here too. It's gonna be nice and warm. I bet it looks beautiful there. Look at the terrain. Should be lots of hills and stuff. Yeah, that's beautiful. Look how well developed it is there. I would love to visit there. Nice clean roads, beautiful architecture. So this is some type of coliseum. And another one here. What in the world is that? Water tower? That looks like a water tower, maybe? Yeah, that's beautiful. I would live there. Heck yeah, that's a huge city. Oh my gosh. That's big. Yeah, it's huge. I mean, that's a big city. And I'm sure you guys have an airport somewhere. Let me find it. That looks like a. Is this a what they call? Is this a football stadium? We play, as Americans, we call it soccer. Um, it should. Okay, there's the airport right up there. All right, that's a big airport too. Dang. Yeah, I'd go there. I'd visit there. That's awesome. So they got stored as data assets in the input action class, and these data assets are mostly stored as values like a Boolean float. Okay, access to the etc. Got it. All right. And then we have an input mapping context data assets that's actually store the correct keys. And you could do. Can you do key combinations like an Alt F or Control space if I wanted to? Is that possible in your mapping? Gualajos is a. Am I saying that right? It's Gualajos, uh, Gorales. Yeah, I know I'm butchering it, and I probably said a few cuss words in there by accident. But yeah, this looks like the airport here. I'm surprised they didn't have the airport somewhere in the center. This looks like your main hub, and of course you got a nice, beautiful river going through here. What river is this? Tieti River. Oh, okay, you're gonna test that. Yeah, that would be kind of cool to do that. Or even another one with your mouse controls. That's something else too. Make sure you can capture other mouse buttons besides just your left and right mouse button and your middle mouse button. So if you have a mouse like mine that has gaming controls like buttons on the side, I can key map those as well to some action. So Gracha, do you go down to the beach at all? What kind of beaches do you guys have here? I bet they're beautiful beaches. Look at this. White sand, beautiful palm trees, nice resorts. And look at that boardwalk there that you can walk on. That's miles long. That goes across the whole thing here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's beautiful. I bet you go down there once in a while, right? Let's see where we're at. So that should be running right here. Yep. So I'm releasing the next version for you guys because we did have some bug fixes there. So it's possible, but making okay, I see, combination action and not an actual bind. Got it. And not all keys or not all actions need more than one key binding. For instance, your jump, if you have a jump like a spacebar. But maybe I want jump to be a mouse key button. So, but sometimes having multiple key binds. So let's just say you have a default key bind of Q for something to, let's say, look left and right or to strive. But I also want to do like a shift Q to do something different. So I could still use the same keybind, but hold shift and Q or just Q, for example. And I'm not trying to complicate your project, man. What you already did is awesome. So I was just asking. Continue doing what you're doing. You can worry about that kind of stuff later. I want to come here. Hey, Groucho, what kind of food is there? Do you guys have really good food? I have to find out here. There's hotels. Most of these are probably like tourist attraction stuff, aren't they? I want the local cuisine. I don't care about no tourist attraction food. I want the mom and pop store on the side of a street. Wherever you guys' street markets are, that's where I want to go. That's where the real food's at. I'm learning AI and cloud, and I saw you built a company interface where people can ask questions, almost like VS Code is running behind it. How does that work? It's actually not VS Code, but it's built on the same technology as VS Code. In fact, let's see what VS Code's tech stack is. I know that they use Electron. Yeah, so they use Electron, and it's on GitHub and Chromium, but I don't know what their backend is. So it looks like they use Atom. So that's the shell, Atom. And of course, everyone uses Node.js. So there's three. Whenever you have a shell, so you got I have my command prompt here. It's on every Windows, right? So I have to be able to communicate to this. So Node.js sits in between here, and then I have my terminal that I built. So my terminal interacts with the Node.js, and the Node.js interacts with the command prompt, the terminal. In fact, if I come in here, I can actually see multiple terminals running. Find them here. Yeah. So right here, Windows command process. These are all terminals that are running behind the scenes. That's not being prompt out here. So you have Node.js, and then Atom is what they're using for their terminal. But yeah, mine's so what mine is I'm using Rust and Electron for mine. Is how I built mine. And let me open it up here, and I'll show you. So it is a lot like Visual Code in a lot of ways, and especially the file editor here. So let me go ahead and close these out here, and I'll go ahead and open up some source code here. So here is my file editor. Let me bring this to the side here. And one issue I am having right now is I can't come in here and, oh wait, I can go in there and edit. Never mind, I lied. That issue is fixed. Yeah, so I can come in here and make changes, and then I come up here and save the changes if I wanted to. So I just don't know how to write in Rust. I could do other programming languages, just not Rust. So that's where vibe coding comes in. So it does act like Visual Code in some ways, but in some other ways, I want to see if this, yeah, it did save there. I actually have built-in things like my domain graph here. And with my domain graph, I can actually see how my whole project's laid out. So I'm using Electron for part of my shell. So if I come in here, I have my Electron shield, which connects to the different terminals here. And this is the flow. And then each one of these is like a step. So here's my Claude step, my Gemini step, my smoke spec that I have here, my Linux smoke test. Let me close all these out. But this will help you get a better understanding of the flow of your project. So let me go back to the domains here. And let's go to my agentic coordination here. So most of this is based on skills, and the skills themselves will help the agents understand what tools they need to communicate with each other. And then I have the agent flow and back to the domain, and then of course some JSON files there. But what's really cool is not the domain, but the knowledge graph here. And with this, I can actually look at the functions and drill down. So here's my shell. So I have let's look at the fake provider names here. So Linux, Docker, this is for a smoke test. Here's some fake provider names that I've added in here, which is Claude, Codex. So what I'm doing, I have built-in tools that'll execute some of these smoke tests for me for testing. But here's my Electron main here. And these are all functions inside the same smoke file, the smoke test here. And of course my windows. So that's all what's inside of there. And then if I go to my Forge native, let's look at my main RS here. Oh, this is also really cool here. Let me share this to you. So if I need to find a path from here, from here to, let's just say my acceptance here. Here's the path it'll take just to get to my main here. And it tells me there's 5 hops going from this function from main, app RS, projects. So in order for me to execute this, I got to go through 5 hops. So this will break down like how your tool is functioning or your app or whatever. So yeah, this is actually very useful if you need to understand what your tool is doing. This one has 2,000 nodes in it. This is crazy. And inside here, it breaks down. This one only has 4. So here's my claim display right here. And if I want to find out a path to get from, using my claim display function, and let's go to, there's so many files, so many functions. Past it. Let's just say the memory here, the memory function. So these are all the hops it has to take just to even get to the memory function. This could be useful for your AI. Like you don't have to get in here and look at this. This is just for you to understand it. But your AI will use that knowledge to look for broken links or anything that's not working quite well. Search for bar and snacks. Ooh, I want to do that. Hang on here. Let's see here. No. Hang on, I'm trying to copy that. Copy. Did I find it? It's around here somewhere. Is that it there? I bet you that's it. Yeah. So that's it. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's where you'd want to go to eat local cuisine. That's open 24 hours. What kind of food do they have there? I want to see a menu. Oh, that looks so good. I don't even know what that is, but it looks good. Yeah, that I would eat here, definitely. It looks like it has jalapeno in it, a little bit of cornmeal, and potato. It's a balahana de bacalhau. Bacala? It's open the photos. Yeah. Is that okay? This is not a soup. This is a sauce. It's like an oil with peppers in it, chili peppers. So an oil and chili peppers. A hot sauce. Yeah, yeah. Same thing with this oil and chili peppers. That looks so good. It's a fish ball. Okay, you guys like your spice, don't you? I love spicy foods. Um, it's like bread. Hey, now that looks American. French fries and a Coke. That looks so good. Yeah, I would definitely eat here. And you said that's like a fish? Okay. It's just like a po' boy sandwich with caramelized onions, um, either pork or chicken. And I know what this is. It's like a cream cheese with a caramel sauce or caramel sauce on it. Yeah, I would eat there. That looks awesome. Looks good. Um, One thing I'm not capturing here, and I just now noticed that, but if we're saving tokens through using Caveman, I want to capture that here as well. So, so we implemented the Caveman tools inside of Plyrium. Take a look at that, understand how that works. And I want to be able to capture the token savings from that and include that in the token bar as well. And guys, I am going to jump off the stream. Um, I will try to stream tomorrow. I'm going to try streaming every day if I can. Some days I just can't make it, but I'll try to stream tomorrow. And I'll get this update out to you. The newest update should be coming out, or it's already out. So look for that. Download the newest update. I already fixed a couple of the bugs that people's already asked about. So I fixed those for you. Um, and run it. Let me know if and definitely go into the Discord. Report any bugs you do find. If you find any, let me know if you have any ideas or any features you'd want. I am trying to make this an all-in-one tool for everybody to be able to use and be comfortable using. So feel free to let me know what your thoughts are, if there's any improvements that need to happen. But the newest release that came out is already a huge improvement compared to what it was. So I'm glad you guys are checking it out and trying it out, but let me know. I appreciate every single one of you, like always. I really do. And I hope you all have a wonderful morning or evening, wherever you are. Have a good night.